All right, go ahead.
All right. So first, I just want to thank everybody for hopping on to get some information, and for trusting me to hop on because I know sometimes people can lead you to do things you don't want you to do that you don't want to do. So just want to start off a little bit. I know that both of you on know who I am, but give a little backstory about why I decided to do um, the business opportunity I'm doing. So the big thing, I'm a single mother, and both of you guys know that. Um, Financially, having financial stability has always been something that's been very important to me, and being able to be with my child has also been very, very important, especially with the current custody situation. So this would give me freedom to hopefully free up my time to do that. And then also the community itself is very, very inviting, and it is offers a lot of good benefits and incentives. So this would help with Sienna's dance classes and all other kind of activities she wants to do, as well as with mine and with school. And if you guys are okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Kristen and have her tell you a little bit more about it, because I can't do it justice without her, with her help.
Okay, thanks a lot, Carrie. My name's Kristen Bratton. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and um, tonight we're just going to share a little bit about what our brand has to offer. I'm going to share a few minutes about the brand, a little bit of backstory about the brand for those of you who are not familiar with it, a little bit about the products and why we are #1 in North America and why these scientifically based skincare products have earned that title, and then a little bit about what the future offers in this company and the products. And we have 2 products that are actually being released this week, so it's really, really exciting for our company. I've been in the business for about 4 years. I have been serious about this opportunity for 2. I didn't really understand what I had in my hands in the very beginning. My background is I'm 51 years old. I've worked in corporate America before. I was downsized because at the time I was one of the youngest, and at that time they got rid of all the young people when they needed to do a downsizing. And so when that went away, I started figuring out what I really wanted to do with my life, and I tried a lot of things. Um, I decided to open a business for myself, something that I didn't know anything about and I had no experience in, but I opened, created, grew, and ran an interior design business for 14 years, having never been educated in it and never taken one class nor any experience. So that kind of gave me a little bit of grit to build the second business. And I'll tell you, I had a ton of reservations about this business, the products, the whole thing. I really didn't know anything about it. I kind of thought it was too good for it all. To be really honest about it, I didn't really understand what residual income was, and I didn't really understand what this opportunity brought to the table. What I did know was this. I knew that as a mom with 2 teenage boys, one of my children has a learning difference, and he needed to be in an educational environment that encouraged him as a whole person instead of being an environment where he was always told what he needed to work on. And I knew that that would be a life-changing situation for him. And although my interior design business is doing really well and my husband has a great job, that school came to the tune of $40,000 a year. And I knew that I was supposed to put him there, but I didn't know how I was going to make all that work, plus all the other things that we were looking forward to. And when it all comes down to it too, as I was really looking for the most amount of time that I could get with my kids before they graduate from high school and leave my house. So I'm already mourning that just a little bit because I know that I only have 2 more years with one son and I only have 4 more years with another. And so time is super precious. I was introduced to this opportunity by several friends and said no to all of them. And that was because I was a little ignorant of really what this was and what it had to offer. When I did see the need for it, my husband and I sat down and looked at this from a pure business perspective, I love the products now and use almost every single one of them that we have. And this is the number one skincare brand for a reason. These dermatologists do not mess around. But when I looked at this, I looked at it from a business perspective, what it could bring me and my family, because I knew this. I knew that in order to grow my interior design business, to do what I needed to do for my kids, I was going to have to take more time and money away from my family to put into the business to hope that the economy didn't drop and that people would still need my services. And that was something that I wasn't willing to do. So then we opened our eyes to other streams of income. I didn't know what residual income was then, but now my husband and I are really adamant about sharing with anybody, but especially young people, because I didn't know what I didn't know about income back then. But most people are looking for another stream of income, whether to add into what they're doing or to supplement for their kids, or to replace a job they don't like, or some golden handcuffs that they have a hard time getting out of. And so I found that this not only was an opportunity to help people solve their skin issues, but I saw this really as an opportunity to help other people who wanted a stream of income become an entrepreneur that didn't know how to be one. And for me, that is super fulfilling, because if I can do something for my family, in the meantime, I'm helping other families get their time back with their own kids. That there's no more important thing to me in the world than that. So my mom used to tell me my first mission field was my own backyard. And so I took that to heart. That what really gave me the opportunity to open my eyes to see this for what it is. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what intrigued me about this. And then we're going to talk about the products and the new release. And then I'm going to talk about what the future is with this company and why it still excites me every day. The background of this and a few reasons why my husband and I said yes to this was because from a business perspective, we knew a couple of things after we did our research, and I encourage everyone to do their own. Don't take just my word for it or just Carrie's word for it. You gotta see it in print. You gotta do your own due diligence. But here's what we found. We found that, number one, that this company was the second baby of the Proactiv doctors. So we all know that hands down, there is no question whether they're the most famous dermatologists in the world, and they changed how doctors around the world treat acne with their system. And there was no question about how smart they were to build a multi-billion-dollar business once. Proactiv went into 180 countries. Those doctors got 80% of the world's acne market with their first business and their first product. That is a lot. I don't even think Coca-Cola has 80% of the soft drink market. But from a business perspective and from a just powerhouse perspective, you cannot beat that. You can't beat having that kind of market share. So what happened is, and they really chose a really unique form of distribution that was not cool or accepted in the late 80s, early 90s, and they decided to promote their product through infomercials. But they knew that was the way that people needed to hear about it, because it was the only way to really show how the product was used. You can't do that on a store shelf. Nobody would understand why you should buy a 4-step system instead of a 1-system zit cream. You can't, communicate that. So they knew, although this was super unpopular, they chose that method of distribution, and they laughed all the way to the bank. So we knew that as they decided that this was going to be their second multi-billion-dollar business, it came to fruition because their patients were coming through their doctor's office saying, hey, okay, you got rid of our acne with Proactiv. Now we have sun damage, we have wrinkles, we have uneven skin tone, we have sensitive skin, we have dehydrated skin. Like, what can you do for all that? And so they, as smart women and as product innovators, said, okay, what if we create a second company, and this is a premium skincare company, and we help people with all those other skin concerns that we're hearing about in our office. That is how Rodan and Fields was born. So they made it as a completely separate company because Proactiv was mass marketed. It was a mass brand. This was a premium skincare brand. And so the product formulations were done differently. And the mantra for this type of um, chemistry is that they wanted the right products, the right ingredients used in the right order with the right formulations for that particular skin concern. So it wouldn't be a one size fits all because they knew that you can't fix skin that way. They also knew that, most people have skin concerns. So these products, Rodan & Fields products, were taken into department stores originally. They chose a traditional business path, a traditional path of distribution, and they were sold in Nordstrom's, Henry Bendel, high-end department stores for 5 years. They became the #1 selling brand in Nordstrom, clinical brand in Nordstrom. They had a partnership with Estee Lauder. And for 5 years, they became well known. But here's what happened. Amazon started getting big. Online stores like Zappos were popping up. And then every other main retailer like The Gap, Old Navy, not only did they have their traditional brick and mortar, but now they had an online business because they saw the power in putting the product at the doorstep of the consumer. So our doctors got smart and did their own internal research and found out that the majority of the people that were coming to the department store to buy their product was not coming because of what the department store did or the salespeople there. They were coming because of the recommendation of a friend. So those two things together caused them to do another thing that they knew people would not understand, but now they're laughing all the way to the bank the second time, is they were the first skincare brand to ever pull out a department store and sell completely online. And so this time they said, what if we gave that power of referral to the people that are actually spreading the word about our business? We can empower people at the same time of using a method of distribution that works. And so they have empowered anyone who wants to do it, no matter where you come from, whether you're educated or not, what you've ever done in your life, it doesn't matter. If you have grit, you can follow a simple system, and you can have ownership in this. And so they give each of us that opportunity. So I have my own online store. It would be very similar that if Apple pulled out of all their stores and just sold their products online and they gave you the opportunity to do that. No different. Although there is a little bit of difference. This is a consumable market. This is a consumable product line. So if you were to sell Apple products, people only need one every 2 years, or I don't know, I've had my computer for probably 3 or 4 years and an iPad, I don't know. But you see where I'm going with this. My husband and I understood that if we were gonna change gears and we were gonna put our energy behind something, that a consumable product like skincare, where you can see the results of a solution-based, scientifically based skincare line. When I see the result and I look at my skin every day in the mirror before I walk out the door, that's a product I'm going to continuously use. Females generally find a brand that they're loyal to, that they actually see change their skin, and they remain, many of them lifelong customers of that brand. So what happens is you have someone that buys their product every 60 days when they run out. And so that was providing what I saw, the kind of leverage that I was looking for. I was looking for something to where I could do the work once and then I could be paid on it several times. So I don't think one of us will argue with that. Work less, make more. That's the power of residual income. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the products now, because they are hands down what our company is built on. So we are a premium skincare company first, who chose the channel of direct sales in order to get our products to the most people and give us a distribution path that would have been quick globally as well. So Rodan & Fields was built around that motto, that mantra that I told you about how our products are formulated. And they are formulated in a lab with our own scientists, with Katie and Kathy leading that research. They were featured at the American Association of Dermatology conference this year for their innovative work on our newest acne product for teens. And they are also in Forbes. I think they were written up in 2018. You can look that up. And also there's several articles coming out about our future right now. So you're welcome to Google any of that and look up those articles, and we'll be happy to send them to you. The products were, the company is based in regimens. So something that's really easy to follow, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it does for your skin what you need it to do. So for example, I'm going to turn around and grab a couple of them. Everything's colored and numbered, so it's really easy to use. This is the one that Carrie started with. This is the Soothe regimen, and it is for skin that is red and irritated and needs the outside of it calmed down before it can move, before the person can move on to another regimen. Some people stay on this one forever, but it depends on your skin type and your skin concern. By the way, I do not have to be a product specialist or know all of the ingredients in every one to represent this brand. One thing that our doctors do that is completely amazing that they thought of from the beginning of this company is the technology matches the innovation with the product. So they believe this is a high-tech, high-touch business. Not only can you touch and use the products with everything with a money-back guarantee, so that's high touch, but also the technology allows me, the business owner, to help you, the consumer, any of the consumers, best. So our doctors came up with a skin quiz. So I can send a link to anyone who wants to know which products are best for their skin. And our doctors have a formulation for that, and they're the ones that decide in the report that comes out from your skin quiz what products are best for your skin. And so then we get to talk about that. Here's what the doctors recommend. You get a copy of the report, and so does the consumer. And it will say something like, because of the way that you answered, and your skin concerns, you will start with a certain regimen, and then it will recommend other of our ancillary products that should be used with it. It's kind of like when you go to Amazon and you buy something and it says you might also like at the bottom. That's how it's formulated. So it's formulated according to your quiz. Unblemished is our acne regimen for adults. We also have Reverse here. Reverse is the one that I started with because I have sun damage and uneven skin tone. These are all for all skin tones and types and colors, by the way. Reverse is used for anyone with uneven skin or melasma. Our fourth regimen is for lines, pores, and wrinkles, and this is Redefine. All of these are a 4-step process. I'll just give you a quick example of that. And we can go over the specific ones for you once you answer the skin quiz. But you have a number 1 step, which is usually a type of cleanser or mask. You have a number 2, which many of them is a toner with specific ingredients for your skin concern. And number 3 is a step that actually changes your skin. So these different ones will have the different 3rd step in them. And then the 4th step, I don't have it in this one, is it always has a sunblock in it, because our doctors are very adamant that what you do to your skin, what you put on it, how you treat it is 80% of the way that your skin acts and your skin health. So our doctors started out with 4 regimens. So these are the base of our company. Everybody has a concern. Our newest line, and there's one back here for teens, an acne regimen for teens that came out earlier this year in the spring. I wanted to highlight a couple of our newest products that are about to come out because they were really important. The doctors always listen to what the needs are of the people, and we have 2 really, really interesting results from that. So Recharge is our newest regimen. It's a 3-step process that was created specifically for millennials and young people that did not necessarily have one of these other 4 skin concerns. So we had some young people that said, well, I'm not worried about wrinkles yet. I don't have acne. I don't have sun damage. And my skin's not super sensitive, but I would love to have radiant skin. I would love to have a vitamins-filled skin so that my skin stays healthy. And so this regimen, pardon me, this is brand new, is made specifically for that. And so it is called Recharge. And it's a 3-step process, 1, 2, 3, that is filled with vitamins, a boosting moisturizer treatment, and a super cleanser. So we're happy to go over that with you individually for those that that have that in their category of needs. The one that I'm really most excited about tells a lot about the future of our company. A couple of other things that our company that we do not do as business owners, we don't carry inventory. These are all my personal products. I don't house a bunch of stuff and resell it. I don't ship anything. I don't handle any money. Our doctors were very adamant about setting up this business so that the most important things in this business are making sure that the people get the right products for their skin. And setting us up for success means not only setting up the right technology like the skin quiz and all of our before and after pictures, and our corporate office houses everything in our business development library and our back office, such as videos and gifts and things that we can send to people that are interested in the product. You know, I don't have to physically show these to someone who may not have time to do that. I can send them informational videos and pieces of information that have anything that they want to know, and all of that is at my fingertips. But I do love showing new things. This is our most recent brand new product that is coming out on October the 1st. And this is something that no one has. I do love that our packaging in many of our products is gray and white, shows, and the ones that we had just a minute ago were colored, but many of the new products come gray and white so that they are gender neutral. It shows that they're for anybody, man, woman, or whatever. This is our pore. I took it out so I can show you, but I want to show you how everything is packaged really neatly, and everything comes out in sections. So the first section shown like this. First of all, I'm going to show you the literature that comes with all of our products. So this is the literature that comes with each and every product, every regimen, every hydration product, every lash boost, every pore cleansing device comes with a paper little mini catalog of how to use it in every single product. Also, for people who are tech savvy and don't want a piece of paper, all of this is online as well. But it shows how the product works and the specific directions. Those are also located on the box. Here it is. This is called the Pore Cleansing MD. And what this is a device that was created by our doctors. It's about as big as an electric toothbrush. This device extracts blackheads from the skin. Let me tell you, nobody has anything like this. It comes with disposable tips. I'm going to get it a little bit closer. Sorry, see, you can see. The disposable tip sucks in literally like a vacuum the blackheads from your skin. This one is for larger pores. And then this tip right here, so it comes with disposable tips, and some are for blackheads and some are for basic pore cleansing. Each of them is individually wrapped so that you only open one at a time. So everything stays extremely sterile. Our doctors are very, very adamant about that. It comes with its own USB cord and branded RF charger. And you can plug this in. And what happens is this on the bottom is the power source. and it has two different speeds. One is low and one is high. You can take this tip off when you're finished with it. You can actually see what's cleaned out, and people always like to see. And you can dispose of this, and then you can use the smaller one for deeper blackheads. Our doctors knew that as we're using all these great regimens and all of these wonderful products, there comes a time when, because blackheads are of a different consistency than the other things in our skin, and they're so much deeper, that needed a device. And why should you have to go pay for really expensive facials and for someone else to do that when it is a procedure and a process that can be done from home? So I love that our doctors are not only thinking about consumable products, but they're also thinking about tools that we really need to have. That product comes out on October 1st, and it is never a better time to think about this business, because I know that both of my teenagers have already hounded me about which one is going to get to use this first. I do know that this does not say man or woman. It does not say age. It says this is skin. And that's a great testament to every product that's created by this company. Our doctors want to create products that people actually want, they use, that they can use simply, and that goes in a business that works very simply. And that was very attractive to my husband and I. The thing that we are super excited about, in addition to the fact that there's no end to skincare products, from head to toe, if you think about it, everybody has skin. These products work for and are approved for people that are 12 and older. And so you really never run out of customers that way. And also, every year, 2 brand new proprietary products are created. This is not only just a business for an end user, but a few years ago, an interesting product came out called Lash Boost, and some of you may have heard about it. And this is a serum that you use for longer looking and thicker looking eyelashes. But I really realized when this came out and sold $200 million its first year out, I realized that there was some amazing business opportunities within the business community for these products. I had a friend who has a lashing business here in Nashville, and she called me and asked me about that product. And I said, well, doesn't that compete? I mean, if you're doing lashes on people, why would they want to use this product? And she said, oh no, I want them to use that because my customer as a business has a finite time with me. I provide a wonderful service, but when they leave me, I want their lashes to be as natural looking and as beautiful looking, so that it makes people understand I did a great job. Also, she said, if I can introduce them to this brand and I can start them on the Lash Boost, then I can introduce them also to an entire skincare brand of consumable products that I can add into my business, because they are a customer of mine already. I have a long list of customers. And when they leave me for lashing services, if I can keep them as a customer of the skincare, then they can stay my customer. My return on investment for that customer just went up an amazing amount. And it also means that I get to keep that customer for a very long time. So these products are reordered by the end user online. They are not ordered by the business owner. The business owner sets them up with an account. That person is attached to them. And the end user manages their account with help from the business owner. So there was so many applications for this in the hairstyling business, with lashing, with people who own other businesses, because they already have a captive audience of people who trust them and people who trust their opinion. So it's almost money on the table that certain businesses are not taking advantage of. And I love that I can teach that and provide them that, because once you work hard for a customer, you really want to be able to help them have as many things that they want, many solution-based products that you can be able to offer them. So I just want to touch on that a little bit, because I really realized that this was an amazing opportunity for a business within a business. And I really love to think outside the box when it comes to that. So one more thing I want to share with you, and then I'm going to take a couple of questions. My husband and I realized this business opportunity about 4 years ago. We didn't really understand when we did this kind of what we had in our hands. I went full force 2 years ago, and it gave me the opportunity to close my entire interior design business, which I loved, but I love this more because I have spent the last 3 weeks in the hospital 14 hours a day with my father, who had a double bypass, which was an emergency. I've never been more thankful for a business than I have been for the last month. It was crazy how it all went down, but I could work sitting in the hospital room with my father, knowing my brother couldn't help me because he was in Arkansas with the shingles and a bunch of other stuff. But it's all to say that life is crazy, and I really want everyone to know what this business can do for them when life is crazy and when things go awry and when you really need that time with your family. This allows that. And I could work from the hospital. I could make sure that the most important thing happened, that I took care of my dad, but my family at home didn't suffer. My paycheck didn't suffer, because this is something that really, if I took a week off, my customers are still buying and my paycheck is still coming. So it's really important for me to share because it was such a personal experience for me. The future of Rodan & Fields is this. This is a $200 billion global opportunity. We're only at $1.2 billion right now. So that means we've only captured 1% of the global skincare market. In the sense of, if you remember, I told you that they got 80% of the world's acne market when they came out with Proactiv. So we are just scratching the surface. We are available to do business in the United States, Australia, and Canada right now, and that's only 18% of the world's skincare. But guess what? We announced this past weekend that we will be opening Japan in the spring of 2020, and Asia purchases 51% of the world's skincare. So we are about to open a gate that's 3 times bigger than what we've ever done in combination before. I don't know anybody in Japan, but I'm going to find some people because this opportunity just can't be beat. We learned that our doctors we're going in that country the right way. We did 5 years of research in Japan with over 3,000 Japanese people, speaking to them in their homes about their own skincare. And we have special products that are going to be created in Japan for Japanese people. We're not going in as an American company and saying, hey, we're great, want to buy some? No. This is what you need because this is what you've told us, and that's what this company is about. This company is about finding solutions and providing them for people. So we're really excited about that. We're excited about taking anybody with us on this rocket ship that's taken off. I can't say enough about the way that the company really values people and values what we hold to be dear to us and our families. I can say that from experience. The ways to be involved with the company are to be a product user and to become a preferred customer. You get 10% off the products and free shipping as a preferred customer. The next best way is to be a consultant, which is one of our business owners. You can buy a consultant kit, whether you decide to work the business or not, but those kits come anywhere from 12 to 50% off. Great way to think about, divvying up for Christmas presents and whatnot. The very best way is to really dig into what this company has to offer as a business, to make money for your family, for a bigger and better Christmas for your kids, to really, if you have a big vision goal or you are a global thinker, this is going to be on your radar for a long time, and much better to jump in before the blast than after it. So we're really excited about all that. We're excited about bringing anybody with us that wants to come. Carrie's made that decision, and we are here personally to mentor her team, anybody that wants to come with her and her consumers. This is the way that we do our team. This is the way we've been taught. And we're a part of the largest and fastest growing team in the entire brand. So we're really proud of that. But really, this is not about us. This is about you and what you need. And I'm not sure the reason that you jumped on or why you were curious about this. But I do know that I see this serving so many purposes, from someone who wants to make an extra $500 a month to change their family, or someone who has a big vision of, building a hospital for orphans in Kenya. We have people doing all that and everything in between. So we'd really love to understand why you jumped on. If you wanted to share or ask questions, or if you wanted to have another conversation about that later, that would be great too. So, the question is, would you consider letting this opportunity or this pathway, fulfill what you're trying to do or what you would love to do, but don't have that opportunity to do now? So, appreciate you hopping on. I am